Hello everyone, this is Ange with Angerama Crafts. I have a project share for you today. I made a bloom journal. It's also, I guess you could call it a gardening journal. This is for a friend of mine that does a lot of gardening throughout the year. I used Crafty Irene's method using the book paper and adhered napkins to it with the Mod Podge. The color looks a little washed out. It really is a pretty yellow, light yellow. I stamped out the word bloom in gold and embossed it, raised it up with a little bit of mounting tape, had made extra napkins with the pansies on them, and there's a little leaf that I also added a second one to with dimension, you can see. Most of the papers in here are dyed with coffee. Let's get started. I'll show you the bling at the end. I used a pansy paper. I'll put the paper line down at the bottom of the video so you can find out what line it is. It's quite an old 6x6 tab pad that I had. So I used the little script in the same tablet. This paper is a 12x12 that I picked up at Tuesday Mornings, and it has butterflies on it too, and so I coffee stained it. And you can see it's kind of a pretty light lavender, so it goes pretty well with the beige script paper here. I used little index cards that I had coffee stained and put gold on them on the edges. I may very well switch out the cards before I mail it if I can find some beige or some yellow index cards. They might brighten it up a little bit. I did like the aged look of the actual dyed index cards. Some of this paper I got also at Tuesday Mornings. It's a linen. I also put it in the Bumblebee journal that I previously recorded. More of the pansy paper adhered to the Mod Podge, and to reinforce this thin paper I actually wrapped it around the base of it. Here you can see more of the pansy paper. I really like the sword fern that was in it as well. We have a lot of sword ferns, of course, in the Northwest. Here's another little pocket. It's adhered vertically. And another pocket, I used the belly band. And I suspect that she could even put some seed packets in this if she wanted to, because there's a lot of extra room with the spiral. You can see I took a little doily, cut it in half, and added gold to it, and then I stamped and colored a little pansy in my rubber stamp collection. Here's another page that I stamped the pansies on and colored them the three colors, kind of a violet, purple, yellow, and a lighter purple. See the little tuck spot. So the pansies are kind of a nice surprise. Over here we have a little bit of ribbon. I love this lacy ribbon, and it came 3 yards for $1, and it was in the Joann's dollar deals section. They have other prices too, not just dollars, but I really like that lace a lot. I've actually cut it up and used some of it also on the Bumblebee journal, because you've got kind of a rick-rack, then you've got the circles, and then you've got the little tiny piece of trim. So it's quite versatile, and the price was right too, as costing $1. And here's more of that lavender paper that was like on the inside cover. I had to capture the butterfly on that background, and more of the lace. Here's another spot. For this particular page, I used vellum as the background. It was vellum that I'd sprayed and just stuck in my paper stash, and I pulled it out and I decided it was okay to use in this as long as it was reinforced with a pocket. because as we all know, vellum's just a little bit on the delicate side. You can see more of the postscript paper. Another belly band. And that one's a little bit tighter. I liked how that one turned out. Here's another pansy. It's kind of like a pansy getting ready to bloom. Kind of yellow and purple, and I stamped, embossed, and then I colored it. And we have another doily page. It's just a half doily. That's a nice little pocket. And here's another belly band. I'm going to bring this up a little bit so you can appreciate the varied paper in the background. And I liked, it was in the same paper pad. I did like this book kind of a paper over the pansy and the script. I just thought it went pretty well. And another page with another tuck spot. And another vellum page with a pocket. Again. And there's the other side. And I like the word cocoa because I like chocolate. So, go figure. And here is a triangle tuck spot. I kind of like that, changing it up a bit. I imagine she'll have this quite filled with the index cards, if that's how she keeps her little notes and other things. There's a nifty side pocket. I decided I needed to add a little something to it. So I cut out one of the rectangle flowers and put a little backing on it, and I edged it in gold to try to make it look a little bit aged. So all the edges I put gold, but unfortunately the camera doesn't quite pick it up. And here we have just a plain page. I may add something else on it. It does have a few pansies down here, but here's an area where she could actually journal if she wanted to. There's another little pansy. Another page with a tuck spot, another pansy. And the back inside is another little spot right there. And see, the back is also the same pansy. And then for my favorite part, I've had the charms made for a while because I knew I was going to put this together once I got my Zetter. So let's see if I can get it close enough to show you all three of them. So here's just some kind of standard beading. Nothing really unusual about that. And then there's the purple beads with the little rondelles, which I really love. And then the last little bead charm is, it looks kind of like a little ballerina, but it's just a little purple flower with bead on top and then some little spacer beads in there. And then I put some of my mesh ribbon and a little tiny yellow bow that was actually some of my seam binding that I got in a packet from Hobby Lobby. I think she'll like it, especially the bling and the tuck spots. So that's my bloom journal. Thanks for watching.